Okay, imagine this. A company launches their flagship with top-of-the-line specs priced at 69,999. And now the next year, they improve the processor, camera, battery, fingerprint sensor. So how much should the price be? 74,999 or best case scenario, they just leave it at 69,999. Well, that phone is Xiaomi 14 and the next year upgrade is the Xiaomi 15. And it is actually 5,000 cheaper. You get it for 59,999. So how good is this phone? And for the first time, we are trying out the Xiaomi 15 Ultra with the photography kit. I took 1,000 plus photos with this phone. So is the Xiaomi 15 Ultra the best camera smartphone, or is the Xiaomi 15 the best value for money, perfect size smartphone? So we'll get to the Xiaomi 15 in just a moment. We'll leave timestamp for that. But first, let's talk about this beast of a smartphone camera. Like this thing arrived in style. So in pre-order, you get this photography kit for free with the Xiaomi 15 Ultra. Now, the box of the 15 Ultra has pretty much everything. The good thing about most of the flagship this year has been, you still get a case, screen protector on the phone, a 90-watt charger, Type A to Type C cable. In fact, this is a PPS charger. Now, these charging standards are confusing. But a PPS charger supports PD charging, so this charger should charge your laptop, other smartphones, fast charge. Rest, I'm trying out this photography kit for the first time. So you get this black and red case with fox leather finish. It simply attaches to the Xiaomi 15 Ultra. In fact, you get this camera ring, which is just an aesthetic thing, but this camera grip, and it's metal. But this camera grip right here, this is the hero. Like, it attaches to the phone via Type C, and this is a strong grip. Like, you hit this lever and it's locked. Like, it's not one of those things where you swing the phone and this thing falls off like MagSafe. So you long press this shutter key, camera opens, you press it once, it locks focus, and then you press it fully, there's the click, just like a DSLR. Now there's also a tiny lever which you hit once, it automatically jumps to 2x, 3x, 4.3x, and if you hold the lever, it does a smooth incremental zoom transition. And you hit this video record button, it quickly jumps to the video mode and starts video recording. You hit it again, the video recording stops. Now, but this is fine. Up until this point, I would have been, yeah, just another camera accessory. Like, why don't you just put up a camera control button like iPhone? It's just few shortcuts. Duh. Well, here's where it differentiates from any other button implementation. The camera grip has a separate menu inside settings. Every single button that you see on this camera grip is customizable. Like, here's our Sony camera, cost about 2 lakh rupees. Now we have customized this button to just switch to zoom mode, this button to turn on focus peaking. These buttons make it faster than going through menu. Similarly, here I have customized this button to switch between different Leica filters. Like, I just do this, goes to black and white mode. Or I can just use this to focus during pro video mode. The point here is, this is fast. Using these buttons are faster than touching the screen. And that was the problem with the camera control button on iPhone. It was just faster to touch the screen and use the menu rather than using the button. And this right here, this is well thought out and looks like a second generation product. Plus you get this thumb rest grip here. It's also a 2000 mAh emergency power bank. So as soon as your phone hits 20% battery, it can charge back your phone from 20 to about 50 to 60%. Or if you want, you can even customize that and let it charge your phone always. Or likewise, you can also charge the camera grip and it will again charge the phone and the power bank. And apart from this, we already saw in the first look video, the phone has this metal plus leather finish and it looks more like a camera rather than a smartphone. In fact, funny thing, while I was taking photos in Europe, an old person walked up to me and asked, "What camera is this?" And I have to tell him it's a smartphone. To which he replied, "Must be expensive." And I was like, expensive. But back then, what we couldn't talk about is, this comes with Xiaomi Shield Glass 2.0, which is about 16 times more scratch resistant than Corning Gorilla Glass Victus. And I don't know how many people have noticed this, but a lot of things in these Xiaomi flagships are made by Xiaomi. Like Samsung iPhone uses glass protection by Corning, Vivo iQOO gets from Scott. This right here is made by Xiaomi. Now, by no means this is a one-handed phone. This is a thick boy. In fact, it weighs around 230 to 232 grams. It's a big 6.73-inch quad curved QHD plus display. You get all the flagship specs. The phone can switch between 1 to 120 Hz depending on the app and your touch. Now, talking about flagship specs, you get Snapdragon 8 Elite along with 16GB LPDDR5X RAM and 512GB UFS 4.1 storage. Now in India, you only get 16/512GB variant. Nothing else. In terms of benchmarks, it scores around 26 lakhs on Antutu and the temperature seems under control. Like, this is a big device. It's hard for it to overheat, considering 8 Elite is a stable processor. Even in CPU throttling, it's all thanda, cool. I did play a little bit of Genshin Impact on this, but it was just 15 to 20 minutes of gameplay and it was pretty stable. But what you would really like this phone for is the camera. Like, this is one of the only 2025 flagship to have the 1-inch main camera sensor. Also, it now comes with the 200 megapixel periscope camera. You also get a 50 megapixel ultra wide angle camera and a 50 megapixel 3x telephoto camera. But boy oh boy, I have not seen a more complete smartphone camera than this. Like, there are smartphone cameras and then there's this. I took 1000+ photos in this phone on my trip, and don't confuse, this was not testing. I enjoyed it. The main camera sensor is so big, like all of these photos, it has that natural background blur. In fact, let's go back to that example. There's normal smartphone camera and then there's this. Like, normal smartphone cameras can do 100x. This can go 120x. And as soon as you hit anything more than 20x, AI kicks in, and even at 120x, the photos are usable. Like, this is 1x and this is 120x. Even side by side with the S25 Ultra, the 120x photos are usable. Like, I was carefully clicking photos at 10x, 20x, 30x, and I knew photos would be good. Now, normal smartphones have fast shutter speed. Here, you just hit the volume button twice, it takes a photo. And the shutter speed in this fast shot mode is so fast. I mean, iPhone has blurred photos. This doesn't stop. Now, normal phones can do RAW photos. This can do 14-bit RAW. Like, this is the photo I took in RAW, very underexposed. I can increase the brightness and I can edit it out to look like this. And the photo doesn't have noise. Clear, sharp. And all of these photos are also low light photos. Now, normal phones can do slow-mo. This can do 1920 FPS slow-mo. Like, every motion looks different when you slow it down so much. And it's not like this phone is flawless. There are a couple of photos like this Mrinal one, where due to the jacket, it made the scene look slightly green and yellow. But I can just edit it out a bit and it's fixed. Or this picture of mine where it didn't focus on the face. But these are 1000+ photos that I took. There will be such rare scenarios. But you get the point. If you want a phone with the best smartphone camera, this is it. So basically, I'll come back to that logic. See, these smartphones now have the best hardware plus software because of Leica, and the iPhone still somehow is managing everything based on good software, like 30% hardware, 70% software. It's like you cannot bring a knife in a gunfight and win the battle. Like, simple example, if I want to take a video at 4x zoom, the video on Xiaomi 15 Ultra 10 out of 10 times will be far better. So at the end of the day, no matter how much optimization you do, a knife cannot fire bullets. It will only be a knife. Now, I do understand a lot of people just point their phone at something and hit record. For them, anything might work in a flagship. But if you are even 10% better than that, this camera is far ahead and better. Now, let's move on quickly to my favorite, Xiaomi 15. Let's talk about what's upgraded this year. First of all, the phone is now more rounded and they have still maintained that smaller form factor. The back has a matte finish with metal frame, so no more fingerprints or oil stains on it. And this is a white color phone. I took this out during Holi to take pictures and selfies, and I was worried that I would mess up the color. Like, see my hands? They still have color on them. But the phone turned out pretty clean and stain free. The phone weighs in just about 192 to 194 grams. And overall, it has 5 upgrades this year apart from the design. The glass protection has been upgraded from Corning Gorilla Glass Victus to Xiaomi's own Xiaomi Shield. This is what was there on last year's Xiaomi 14 Ultra. Number 2, the fingerprint sensor is now ultrasonic and it's placed a bit higher. So compared to Xiaomi 14, it's faster and much more reachable. Next up, of course, Xiaomi 15 comes with the yearly upgrade. You get Snapdragon 8 Elite, 12GB LPDDR5X RAM, 512GB UFS 4.0 storage. And coming to performance on compact phone, this kills every other phone in this segment. Like, Xiaomi cooked. It performs much similar to Xiaomi 15 Ultra in benchmarks. In fact, it's way better than S25. If you move to Geekbench, it is way better than any other compact phone. In fact, even in 3D Mark, it's better. Now, another upgrade this year is battery. Xiaomi has managed to fit in a 5240 mAh battery in this. We have been using this phone for a couple of days now, and it does last easily an entire day. Rest, it supports 90-watt fast charging, charger included in the box, wireless charging, etc. You still get IP68 rating, so that's why I took it out on Holi. And the final upgrade is the telephoto camera. Just like last year, you get 50 megapixel main camera, which is Xiaomi's own camera sensor, Light Fusion 900, 50 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, but the telephoto camera is upgraded to 50 megapixel JN5 sensor. It can now do 2.6x and can also do 5x crop mode. Like, this is the photo at 1x, and even up until 10x, the details are there. Like I took some photos on Holi, they look very close to how the scene was in real life with a bit of pop. Like the photos are not flat. Now, if you want more closer to life colors, you can switch to Leica Authentic. I clicked all of this in Leica Vibrant. Now, on the telephoto camera, the Xiaomi 15 is better in portraits or longer zoom range photos with a phone in similar price range. The Xiaomi 15 can max record in 8K 30 FPS. It doesn't support 4K 120 FPS. On the front, you get a 32 megapixel selfie camera that can do 4K 60 FPS in videos like a proper flagship. And after all the upgrades, Xiaomi was still able to price the Xiaomi 15 lower because this is made in India. The Xiaomi 15 Ultra will be imported from outside. Now, before we get to the conclusion, both the phones come with Android 15 right out of the box. It is based on HyperOS 2.0. Now, Xiaomi 15 Ultra didn't have any bloatware or unnecessary apps. Xiaomi 15, however, does come with Amazon Agoda, but nothing unnecessary. And the major push for HyperOS is Hyper AI. And even on the box, it is written Hyper AI powered by HyperOS. And it's not just on the box. You get a dedicated menu for Hyper AI in settings. Now there's Magic Eraser, Gemini, etc. But a couple of things that I used quite a lot. Number one, expand. So you can extend a photo into any aspect ratio. It uses AI to recreate the scenery. And like this is so legit. Like see, this is our frame. And I can extend this frame to be like this. And this is all fake. This is using AI. I mean, you can create frames, convert a vertical photo to landscape, and vice versa. So I was using this quite a lot. Number two, sky replacement. Like I could easily post these pictures on Instagram and no one would notice that this is AI. All of it done on the phone with a click. Now both Xiaomi 15 and 15 Ultra will get 4 years of software updates and 6 years of security upgrades. Now I believe the pricing of Xiaomi 15 is really good. It starts at 59,999 with discounts. Like in a long time, there's a phone that is so well priced at launch. If you want a full-fledged compact flagship, this is the one. Now the Xiaomi 15 Ultra costs 99,999, same as last year. And initially for pre-order, you get the photography kit for free, but later on it will cost 11,999. And I believe this is the phone you should consider if you're a lot into smartphone photography or videography. And do let us know if you want a full review of the Xiaomi 15. It will take us a couple of weeks for that, but let us know. On that note, this is Blake signing off. See you in the next video. Pew pew pew.